Hello, this is Hannah with Hannah Crafted Gifts, and I wanted to show you some projects, alternative projects that I made recently with 2022's January paper pumpkin. So from a year ago at the time of filming this, January 2023, and that was the Kisses and Hugs paper pumpkin. Yes, I'm getting that order right. I was looking at my box over there. I actually used this for a class at a local library recently in anticipation of Valentine's Day. But we talked about how these cards could really be used for any love occasion, just even a thinking of you to someone who you love or like, or just want to send a little cheer to. So here are the projects that I had the classmates make. I changed it up a little bit from what was instructed in the kit because everyone had to divide a kit in half between two people. And I divided the stamps as well so that they'd be able to take them home and continue stamping. So I had some additional ink spots and blocks to accommodate for that. But because people were getting different combinations of stamps than maybe what the original projects used, because I think like both of the original intended projects as instructed with the kit used some of the same stamps, I changed it up a little bit. So this is the first one, and they're these great trifold cards. So you have the three plus the middle, the three panels. And then of course on the back, you've got plenty of space to write messaging. You can see my brand stamp there. So that was one card that I showed them to make along with a stamped envelope to match. And then this was the other one. So instead of hearts, this one has the XO. And there's the three panels of that one. So I tried to divide the stamps evenly so everyone had similar sentiments and the sentiments that go best together. Everyone had some of the bigger stamps like either the hearts or the XO, and you know, similar like amounts of the different die cuts and specialty pieces like you may have seen that last card had the vellum layer. And here's the envelope that went with that one, XOXO. All right, so then here's some of the other samples I shared with them just to inspire them of what other things they could do with this kit or kits like this. So I took the trifold card and I cut it so that I just had two pieces, and so I just have a regular, you know, opening card. And this one you'll notice the only stamp actually is my brand stamp on the back. I didn't do any stamping, but I did cut the hearts out of this piece. So I cut out the hearts from that and put them in the O's. And then just some embellishment. Here's another one of, again, just cutting off one of the hearts so that you just have kind of more a standard card. Here's that vellum again. I put the arrow behind this front heart so it's like it's going through. I used that same idea for probably my favorite card. I'm skipping ahead, going out of order here, but this card is a gatefold card, but it's kind of a secret gatefold card because actually the vellum tucks under that arrow and kind of hides the fact that it opens up like that. And I could stamp sentiments on the inside. I wasn't sure who I would be sending these to, so I was waiting on that. But again, the vellum just kind of tucks under that edge of the arrow. It's hard to do and show you at the same time, but there you go. So very similar to this one, just a bit more of a fancy fold. And obviously I mounted this onto very vanilla cardstock, but that means I only have to use one of the three hearts from the card. So you might be wondering, you know, when you cut up the set of three, like either cutting off the one on the end to create just, you know, the two for a regular fold, or cutting off, you know, cutting all three apart so that you can put them onto their own cardstock, then what do you do with the extras? Well, I made a banner. So let me get this opened up for you to see. I have it all folded together for traveling. All right, here we go. Now I have to flip it around so you can see it. So those are the extra hearts from some of those cards. Okay, so my phone died. So I was starting to show you my banner and saying I could embellish this further. Sorry for the glare on that metallic. Let's see if I can tilt that away for you a little bit. But I just thought these were already so pretty with the metallic patterns. So all I did was on this middle one, I did cut slits. Let's see if I can fold these back so you can see. I did cut a slit here and here, and then I cut this arrow in half so that I could have it extending all the way through the heart. And on the back, you can see the thread that I used. This was actually from, at the time of filming, the most recent paper pumpkin that I had received, or I should say at the time of creating, from the December 2022 Good Things Come in Small Packages kit. This was the gray thread that came in that kit. I was gonna say twine, but it's a little thicker. So anyway, made a banner. You can make it bigger, smaller, but you know, good for a party. Sorry, my camera's sliding because now it's plugged in, so you're getting flashes of the other things that are messy in the room. So a few more samples. Let me see where I want to go next. I'll stay with the standard size. So here's another one, just using that very vanilla card base and taking one of the hearts and wrapping it around so that it's half on the outside, half on the inside. And I actually cut up an envelope for this one. So this is a little XO from the inside of the envelope. You can see that here. So I cut that apart because that goes all the way down. So you get a lot of X's and O's, lots of love, hugs and kisses. And I actually used a strip of that on the outside too. I cut it so that you could have, you know, 2 rows of XOs, and then a little strip, and just flagged both, added the embellishments, and that was that. Here's more of that envelope, the big piece of the envelope. And so for this, all I did was one of those cutout hearts and some embellishments in a couple of the O's, but just covering that whole card front. And then this one I used basic white. I'm trying to remember why. I think just because there was no very vanilla on the pieces from the kit that I was using. I certainly wouldn't put like the very vanilla heart onto white, but because I was using these pink hearts, I could. And I wanted to use this stamp because I hadn't used that anywhere else yet. So I have the arrow that I stamped going through the heart with the point on this heart and the tail on this heart. And then the whole image, the whole little image of an arrow going through a heart in the background all over. Another with a basic white base. This is just one of the pieces for you to, I guess, be able to stamp or write a message on. And so I just made a little 3x3 card on basic white. And this is again a piece of the envelope that I used to cover so that it would be that beautiful pink on the front. This actually is kind of a small version. Sorry, wow, you're really spinning on me. This is like a small version of the thank you that I made for the librarian who coordinated the event, and that I don't have a picture, or I don't have with me to video because of course I gave it to her, but I do have a picture on my blog post if you want to go to my blog post for this video. But all the other projects that I shared there, I'm able to share with you because I still have those. And lastly, I did a slimline card. I was, I guess, hungry when I was crafting, and so I thought of like Valentine's heart-shaped cookies. So that's kind of what these are supposed to be. And again, I was trying to use this dots stamp, which could just be a background, but to me it kind of looked like crumbs maybe coming off the cookies. So that's what I did with this one. So I hope you enjoyed those. Again, sorry for the camera. Now we're like at an angle, and for the, you know, the break in between when my phone died, but I always appreciate you watching. Sharing and subscribing are the most helpful things you can do. So sharing with others who you think would enjoy this and subscribing to my channel. But you can like the video if you did, comment, and I'll try to reply. And whatever you choose to do or not, as always, and I truly mean it, happy crafting and happy early Valentine's Day. Whether you celebrate that or another love occasion, I hope you feel the love that you give out into the world and continue to give it generously so that we can all share in that together. Take care.